Hi everybody, it's time for our video conversation. As you can tell, it's better weather here than it has been in Minnesota. In fact, last weekend I was up on the Canadian border camping in the Boundary Waters, if you can believe it, at 16 below. Check out my Instagram account if you want to check out some photos. We also honored National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, and I held a blue light right outside my office honoring our law enforcement officers that each of us should always do, who keep us safe, recognizing that effort. And now we're going to get to our questions. We had some great ones actually that came up. Mike in Plymouth wrote an email, and Mike writes in, "Dear Congressman Paulson, as your constituent and a supporter of Catholic Relief Services and the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops' advocacy efforts, I am shocked that human trafficking persists in this day and age. Thankfully, there are steps our country can take to combat human trafficking and ensure that our brothers and sisters, especially children, are protected and can lead dignified lives. I believe that we can fight human trafficking, and legislation that plays an important role in achieving that goal should be moved forward. As your constituent, please keep sponsoring and supporting bills that help end this practice. Sincerely, Mike." Mike, thanks for sharing that information or that perspective. As you know, I've worked on a lot of different anti-human trafficking efforts. It's a problem that still does persist today. The good news is that there's been a bipartisan effort to make progress on this. It's recognized, and we are making progress. I've just co-sponsored new legislation that will have the impact of making sure that anyone who's been trafficked but has a criminal record, because these folks are victims, we want to make sure they get back on their feet, and we want to make sure that they will be able to expunge their records and remove those offenses if they were committed while they were human trafficked. During human trafficking. And so that's a great way to help victims, make sure that these folks can get jobs, get back on their feet, and give them the fresh start that they really do need to get back leading productive lives. Next up is a phone call that I got from Jill in Chaska, who called my office voicing her support for increasing energy efficiency. And she asked if there's anything that Congress is doing to assist in that effort. Jill, thanks for taking the time to call in. As a lot of folks know, one of the best things that we can do to reduce the amount of energy that we consume is making sure we're more energy efficient in a lot of different areas with energy efficient products. And obviously, large data centers, which the federal government has, consumes a lot of energy. And so the House passed legislation this week that directs a federal effort to making sure we're looking at every opportunity to have a strategy to making sure we're looking at energy efficiency, particularly with energy with our data centers. It's one of the reasons why Minnesota is a cold weather state, houses so many different data centers, because it's energy efficient and helping reduce energy costs. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to write in with your thoughts, your questions, your ideas as we kick off this legislative session. Continue to reach out. You can reach me on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, of course, at the website at paulson.house.gov. Have a great weekend and a great week.